Hello everyone, I'm Jasmine. Let us read Stand By Me, Chapter 5, Part 2. Good morning, Karthik. How are you feeling today? Dr. Singh greeted him as they began yet another Friday session. Today, however, he didn't smile. When Karthik merrily shrugged, Dr. Singh continued. I've told you my job is to ask and make sure that you are feeling better. By doing so, I ensure that you're comfortable with the session. Today, may I ask you a question? Karthik leaned forward and placed his hands on the table. You didn't smile when you came in. Why is that? I guess because in all probability this is your last session. If that's so, I can see that you are not happy about it. It's going to be a tough day for you and hence I'm perhaps a bit skeptical. Dr. Singh got up from his chair and walked over to the window. Karthik watched him, waiting for him to throw some light on what he had just said. But Dr. Singh stayed silent, looking out of the window. After some time, he turned and said, Karthik, when I say this will be your last session, I mean it. And when I add this, it's going to be the toughest. I mean that too. When we last met, you spoke about your bond with your sisters and how the three of you managed to build a new life together. I'm sure that after the session, you must have relived all those memories. I'm sure that after the session, you must have relived all those memories. You can come to the point directly, Dr. Singh. Karthik interrupted. Okay, so what I want to say is, trust me. Last time, before you opened up, you weren't sure how that would help. And even today, you may not be sure, but you have to trust me. Today, I want you to go back and recall the day of 29th November. Yes, it's going to be tough, but I want you to open up before we release you. Keep nothing in your mind, not even the slightest thing you remember. Karthik broke out in goosebumps just thinking about it. Last time he had felt better after opening up, but those had been happy memories, and he was not sure how he would feel now. He was determined to do it through, perhaps because Dr. Singh had said it would be his last session. They really know how to play with your mind, these doctors, Karthik thought. Whether or not it would really be his last session, his words had their intended impact on Karthik's mind. Karthik thought back to the morning of 29th November. He recalled Deepika calling him at work to say that she had a very urgent meeting lined up later and that she would not be able to come home that night. This is not done, you know, Mahi, and I have arranged a surprise birthday party for Ruhi, How can the party happen without you? Why don't you just postpone the meeting?" The disappointment was evident in his voice. "You don't need to say that to me. I tried to get out of the meeting in every way possible, but I couldn't. I'll try my best to wind things up and return by early morning so I can join you for brunch. It's a bit of an emergency at work and I have to be here," Deepika explained. "Don't tell me you're not sure about brunch tomorrow either. That has never happened." "I'll try my best," she said with a sigh. Karthik hung up in anger. He wanted Deepika to be there. Karthik hung up in anger. He wanted Deepika to be there. After all, it was Ruhi's 25th birthday and it had to be made special. Deepika's last-minute change of plan naturally upset him. The thought of cancelling the party flashed through his mind, but he didn't want to spoil the evening for Ruhi. He messaged Mahir to confirm that everything was on track. Mahir replied instantly, "All set. See you around 9. I have called a couple of common friends, but not sure who will be able to make it. Pooja has confirmed. Don't worry, we'll have a great evening." That message put Karthik's mind at rest. He felt work early to get Ruhi's birthday present. He left work early to get Ruhi's birthday present gift wrapped. It had been delivered to his office early that morning, a 1+6. It had been delivered to his office early morning, a 1+6, a mobile phone. She had wanted one for so long. He had also bought all kinds of stuff for the party, including the booze and decorations. He passed a special note he had written on the gift-wrapped box and put it on the passenger seat. While he waited at a red light, music played on the car stereo and he glanced towards the note again. Rereading the words brought a smile to his face. Just to make sure Ruhi was home, he gave her a call. Ruhi picked up and said she was buying groceries at the supermarket. Then she told him that Deepika had called to say that her meeting had been postponed and she was coming home that night after all. Delighted by the news, Karthik thought of calling Deepika, but as he drew into their lane, just then he saw Ruhi across the road from their apartment, talking to someone he didn't know. It was dark, but he could make out the man's long ponytail and the white shirt he was wearing. The fact that she was deep in conversation with someone who was a complete stranger to him surprised Karthik less than the fact that she had lied about it on the phone. It was clearly a heated argument of some sort. Karthik was just about to get out of his car when the guy walked away. Once home, however, Karthik pretended that it was just another normal evening. He didn't say a word to Ruhi about the guy on the street. Naturally, about the party planned for that night. Karthik didn't say a word to Ruhi about the guy on the street or naturally about the party planned for the night. He didn't want to dampen her mood or spoil the surprise. And if something serious was going on with the ponytailed stranger, it would be discussed later. Karthik decided to bring it up at brunch the next day. After making a few work calls, when Ruhi was in the kitchen, Karthik took his bag and hurried into his room to change and hide a gift in his drawer. He was really trying not to give away the surprise. It would be worth all the effort just to see her jump in joy when everyone arrived. After putting the gift away, he happened to look out of the window as he was changing his shirt. He was astonished to see a guy outside their house, peeping in through the kitchen window. Suddenly, Karthik remembered that he had seen the same guy hanging around the apartment a few times before. His behavior had always seemed vaguely suspicious, but Karthik had ignored him. However, now it dawned on him that he was the same man Ruhi had been talking to outside the apartment earlier in the evening. Same white shirt and ponytail. Who was this guy, and why was Ruhi speaking with him? What had they been arguing about? And moreover, why did she have to hide the fact that she was meeting this person, preferring not to mention it even after she got home? After trying to peek in for a good 5 minutes, the man finally walked away. Karthik was strongly tempted to follow and confront him then and there, but he reminded himself that Ruhi was on talking terms with the guy. He had to talk to Ruhi, but it first. He had to talk to Ruhi about it first, and he would do so the next day for sure.